Ladies and gentlemen, known as one of the most disgusting factions in the game, their stench can be smelled from miles away. You guessed it, the Nurgle are on one side of this battlefield today, and on the other, another faction that does not smell near as bad, if at all. We have the Cathay ready to defend their lands. Rockets already firing out overhead. We see them landing deep into the Nurgle lines here already. And decent amount of casualties already taken. The Nurgle need to push across this battlefield quickly if they want to save as many units as possible. You can see the amount of casualties and damage that they are already sustaining this far into the battle is not very sustainable, but here they go. More rocket fire coming in. Let's slow things down here and look at this rocket fire. Oh, baby. Is that sweet looking. More and more rocket fire continuing to pour down. Looks like they're targeting the general in the sky, but a lot of the rounds that are missing are hitting the units down below. I think we're about to see a great example of that here in a second as more of that rocket fire pours in and finds its home. Looks like it is hitting those chaos poison warhounds there. An excellent target. A very fast moving and can be very detrimental unit, so a great unit to hit there, and already have wavering this early on in the battle. Back over to Cathay's side, you see him still just hammering away. A lot of these rockets, again, just still finding their home deep into the back lines here. Like I said, those Chaos Warhounds now wavering, and we are seeing that the first little engagement is about to happen. We see it coming from the Celestial Dragon Guard, going to be fighting some spawn of Nurgle. Oh, sorry. But you can see that there's a wide flank happening from the Nurgle here. We see that there's a couple Chaos Chariots, some Chaos Warhounds, some more Chaos Chariots, and a couple units of Rotflies pushing on the far right flank. And over on the far left, we are seeing the same thing. We see that Chaos Chariots, a unit of Chaos Warhounds, and some Pox Riders of Nurgle are pushing to the far right flank here. So a far left flank, a far right flank, and a big middle push here. And the middle push has already started. Like I stated earlier, the spawn of Nurgle are going to be the first ones to engage against the Celestial Guard here and some Jade Warriors. So an excellent start to this battle and an excellent front charge here, as you can see that the Jade Warriors are counter charging a lot of those initial just infantry units, sorry, of the enemies, and still more rocket fire coming down, trying to take out this Plague Father here, but the Plague Father is going to just sit back here and do absolutely nothing. He's going to continue to eat those rounds. Back over towards the middle, we again just see that the Chaos Giant has committed, and Mao Ying has already transformed into the Storm Dragon. A very early transform, but he has transformed to try to help out in the melee fight here in the center. Also, as you can see here, like I was stating earlier, this Chaos Warhounds, they can be very, very detrimental. Also, some nice mortar fire hitting in the back here. Crane Gunners being taken out by those Chaos Warhounds. Crane Gunners being a very, very good support, so very tough to see them go already. Grand Cannon also setting up, continuing to fire down on the Plague Father there in the back. Now we are also starting to see that those flanks are starting to collapse down. The Jade Lancers do engage with those Chaos Chariots of Nurgle. And on the far right, we are seeing that Celestial Dragon Guard and some more Jade Lancers are trying to hold out against those Rotflies, but it is proving to not be a very fruitful holdout. As now we see the Jade Warrior Crossbowmen do break to some of those Chaos Chariots. And the Nurgle are doing a great job at swinging behind the lines, and you can already see them going for the artillery there. Nurgle doing a great job at doing a little bit of an overwhelm strategy. Yes, they hit them decently hard in the center, and where they did attack in the center, they attacked hard. Sorry, still getting over my sickness, but on the far right, we do again see that they hit them hard on the flanks. Now this tactic is going to be a very, very good envelopment tactic if it does end up working. You see that very large unit of Jade Warriors are ending up breaking due to being terrified. Another great unit here, the Exalted Plague Bearers. You can see them throwing some of their swords there, doing an excellent amount of damage, and continuing to push forward as well. And you can see just how much disruption is coming to the lines of the Cathay here. The Cathay are really having to just now engage pretty much everyone into melee. And like units that you would never want to see in melee, like these Jade Warrior crossbowmen, are having to put aside their crossbows and engage in melee. Also, the artillery shattered from the fight, not good at all. And you can see that the Rot Flies are now moving down closer and closer to the fight to engage in the major struggle in the center. And it is looking pretty good right now. Marauders engaging across the front. You see that the dragons are also engaging. 2 dragons, so 2 generals have now switched into dragon form. We have Miao Ying and then Zhao Ming. Both of them transformed into dragon form already, and both are trying to take out this Chaos Giant here. But the Chaos Giant is currently having none of it. An excellent lightning strike there by one of the 2. And now it is just looking like a torrential struggle across the front for the Cathay. Cathay really needs to regroup here. They need some of these units to return, like these Jade Warrior crossbowmen, and start firing. Because, as we can see here, the Grand Cannon is now falling to those Pox Riders of Nurgle that we saw way on the flank earlier. And the front lines of Cathay have completely collapsed. You can see that the center is completely broken, and the flanks are also falling as well. I mean, it is just not even close. The Nurgle are doing a great job at breaking the center in this fight. And again, just hitting really hard on the flanks here. It looks like Cathay's really last holdout is this right flank, where they had just those couple units of, oh, well, there's one right here, Chaos Chariots. There's the other unit of Chaos Warhounds, and we saw those Pox Riders hitting the Grand Cannon earlier. So yeah, that right flank really being the fall here. Ooh, the Terracotta Centennial. Didn't see this guy earlier in the battle, but he is also up in the fight. Oh yeah, look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This fight cannot be going any better right now for the Nurgle, as the Centennial tries to hold out for as long as possible. He's doing a decent amount of damage. I will give him that. He is doing a decent amount of damage. So I guess that's probably why the right flank is holding so well. It's because the Centennial is over there. But I have a feeling that once the Chaos Giant does, or the Nurgle Giant here, Chaos Giant, does make its way over there, it's going to be all but over. As now, Mao Ying is going to have to face off against that Giant. And things are just not looking too well at all right now. The other dragon is fighting some Plague Bearers. No. Yeah, a mixture of Plague Bears and Plague Toads. So, an excellent fight nevertheless, happening across the entire front. And things are going well. Things are going very well for the Nurgle right now. And again, it's this Terracotta Centennial is holding down the front completely by himself. Absolutely by himself, continuing to hold down the front. He's floating. He just had to hover real quick. He just had to show off his dominance. Be like, hey, you want to see something cool? Let me hover real quick. But yeah, Cathay, just their center collapsed so quickly, and their left flank is again, like I said earlier, all but gone at this point in the battle, and it's just pretty much over at this point for Cathay. When they lost their center and Nurgle was able to turn out their flanks like they were, this battle was pretty much wraps from that point on, ladies and gentlemen. So Nurgle getting the win in this battle today. If you guys did enjoy this one and would like to see more like it in the future, of course let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like and sub button, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all next time. Peace.